It's just sitting there and like, I guess not. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way, not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. She's your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner, well, that was her. So after the ceremony during the break, huh? I was sleeping the entire time like a log. See, she could also easily have planted that blood-covered button in your coma. Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying that it really was her? Yes, she's the real killer. She was the one who murdered John Corrida. But why? I thought she was best buds with Joan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial is over. You'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of the day. Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze. Okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude. Phoenix, you think her motive is related to the Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impact as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it is Joan Corrida, the victim of this murder. That's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corrida, all to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible, but one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issue in regards to Miss Impact's. It's a red thing? Wait, is that another champagne bottle? Yes, it is another champagne bottle.
Well, I don't know if it's champagne, but something. It's a bottle.
It's a bottle of something. Booze! Did we even drink that one from last year?
Hmm?
Don't we still have the bottle from last year?
I don't know. But it was troublesome to get home because all I had to grab on was the bottle.
Oh yes, we need to we can use the bottle to christen the Phoenix ship. It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Joan Corrida's room. What is your occupation? I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Engarde. I see. Now then, before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Oh yes, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of the certain weekly magazine recently. Oh no, I have no idea what you mean. I had never even heard of Gossipland. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relationship with the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Joan, but this was a private matter between Joan and myself. So it was a fry and bait matter. Or was it? Or was that bait and fry? It reminds me of fishing. But I didn't kill him. No one is accusing you of that. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. I think we all understand your relation with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then, witness. Please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder and had taken place. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Joan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. That makes no sense. You poured yourself a glass of juice? Yes, sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix? She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over, understood? What was Mr. Engarde doing at the time? Not just one, but two. I don't mind that. Pix us alone.
No.
He was taking a nap. He was sworn out from his mini-performance as Nichols Samurai during the ceremony. Mr. Engarde did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say it could not have been... Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes? Excuse me? It? What are you... Right. I thought years of schools would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Engarde's knife from his room? No. Subject, verb, object, right. Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. And why did you do that? As a friendly gesture. Joan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So it was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon? What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim. Sorry, but I don't have such intention in mind at the time. I can't get to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room? You were in shock? What? Wasn't I supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person, and despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corrida. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not get shocked. Somehow, I don't think a beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest. And the guitar case was like this too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then, what did you do next, witness? Juice? Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one last time. When you discovered the dead body of Joan Corrida, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself a glass of juice, correct? And what about it? My mind was really a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made a careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What's she starting to say just now? Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that you said you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry. It's just kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? This mess of glass shards. It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the bath was another piece of the mess. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. That's strange, though. Because if the guitar case is open and it fell down there, the water should be inside, but it is wet on the outside. You testify that you knocked the flower vase over, is this correct? Yes. Are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, oh god, my voice is just breaking up. If that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not outside. That's very true. Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Let's take a further look. Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shard should be inside, not outside the case. What is your point, Wright? That case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over. Is that all? No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. That bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? It seems that there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think you need more details about the guitar case? Well, yes. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. I can't believe I'm doing this either. Alright, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though. The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. It looks like this wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using any way to change the topic, a convenient escape for a weak man. But the thing is, there are no she doesn't have fingerprints on it, so this is strange. I mean, only Kurida's fingerprints, so there's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints found on this case are those of the victim. Ah. What is it, Miss Andrews? Sheesh. You shouldn't assume that I have just left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time? It was the night of the award ceremony, so of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. That's strange. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a bit strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove that I was not wearing gloves at the time? Yes, because you have your fingerprints here. I have your proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints clearly on this wine glass. Ah. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself the glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange? That you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? I just love that. It's like, My glass is shattered. I have another pair. Ah. Order! 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 Looks like you hit the nail on the head with this time. What do you mean? I believe the guitar case plays a very important role here. But it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty though. But the guitar, the bright red guitar was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So... Oh. Ice cream? Ice cream? Ice cream?
Sure.
But you're gonna have to fix it.
Sorry, but
No ice cream then.
could we just fix it?
I'm in the middle of streaming.
I know.
Are you okay?
I am.
You don't look okay.
I need something to drink. I'm just tired.
Okay.
Please come with me.
One moment. I return. I also brought along the hot sauce bottle. Well, this is the like the kinda empty bottle.
The one.
The well, this is the one I've been like this is the one I made today. So you get to see me sample this one. Maybe I should just do it now. Ateno is okay. She's just very tired. She's sitting over there. But she is tired. She's had a busy day.
No kidding.
I will definitely hug her for you. Now then, let's sample this hot sauce before we continue. Oh god, it smells delicious. Do you want to sample the hot sauce?
After your reaction to it last time you sampled it, no.
Well, it was that was before I added all the mango to it.
Not right. No. I guess I'll try it after you try it.
I prefer slipping. This is fine. This is tasty.
Then pour up a bit for me too.
Okay, now it starts to burn a little bit. Slightly. No, this is not the sauce I sent to you, Mina. Okay, guys, it starts to burn now. Now it starts to burn. A little bit. This is spicier than the sauce I sent to you, Mina. Because this is just 100% habanero. Well, the pepper in it. And it's so it's...
I can feel the burn.
So the bottle I sent to you, Mina, is all sorts of peppers. This one is 60-ish% habanero and 40-ish% mango. Nah, I'm fine. Oh, okay, like that. But Mina, you should really try those sauces out. They are delicious.
Which, what, when?
Remember, we did send to the other hot sauces we have to Mina.
Oh yeah.
She needs to try them. Okay,
Try them, yeah.
she does. You can do it on stream, Mina. Yeah! Sorry. Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us into this misguided... No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I'm sure that this guitar case has some relation to the murder. I'm fine. Well, are you asking me pics or Mina? Silla, you should try it, Mina. It's delicious. If you want, like, so let me say it like this: the green sauce. Try the green sauce. I have a co-worker who seriously cannot handle his pepper. Like, seriously, to the degree that where just regular black pepper is spicy to him, like very spicy to him, and he thought the green one was fine. He actually helped himself for not just seconds, but thirds and fourths and fifths. He's among the 30 people who just devoured the green sauce I had that brought with me to my office. So you should try the green sauce, Mana. The red sauce is a bit spicier, but try the red sauce. No, the green sauce. If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder. Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. The bright red guitar not being the only thing. You don't mean to suggest that inside was a bright black guitar? So, you intend to push your theory that this case was not empty, is that it, Wright? I wouldn't go say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside that case at the time of the murder? I mean... This is a photograph. Yes, but what's important is what's in that picture, Your Honor. The pepper thing? Oh. Okay, now it has finally like started to deflate. But God, that thing was delicious. Spicy. I can't wait to make hot wings with that sauce. Oh my God, I want to make it. It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is, inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume. But what? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Right, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out the costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that? What that insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she can make her escape. After all, you can't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea? Just as said, the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for the next big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct? You made this photo?